Alright, no. Pause.
All right.
That was loud.
Yo, the border of Victoria is so it looks nice. For the Australian, it looks like he's it looks like it's a photo it's a photo from 2010 or something. The photo for the leader of Victoria William Haynes.
This is exceedingly laggy.
What? You repeated? You said something and
This is very laggy.
oh, I don't know what. Is there any war going on? Just to finish the crazy war?
No,
Why is it? Why is it?
streaming.
Oh,
Yeah?
oh,
Oh. Interesting.
hello, people of.
Dobry wieczór, kurwa.
Let's announce the stream. Announcements. Let
Alright,
me
turn the
announce it.
audio down.
I'll announce it.
So yeah, it's gonna be a bit laggy.
All right. Give a brief. There. Let's see how many people are watching this thing actually.
Probably not many.
13 people. All right.
Oh.
Growing society is so punishing. Russia's been doing some encircling.
Yeah, hello everyone on the stream. We're here doing we're with the updates of Vicarious G, Vicarious A, and all of the new features, and we're also checking out the
Well, it's every single branch of the mod.
yeah.
Everything.
So this is as close to Deus Ex Machina as you can get.
Yeah, yeah, we still have a lot to update, but yeah, we still have a lot to fix on Brazil and Mexico and Japan and China
Localizations to
specifically.
do for a
Fix
whole bunch of stuff. Although I
yeah,
think I'm pretty much done
France,
with bug fixing.
France and Britain need a lot of updates as well. Russia is finished. Russia is also basically finished. Yeah,
Yes,
Russia
yep.
is.
Oh, just almost finished.
Russia
Just...
isn't quite finished.
Yeah, we just need Austria is finished.
Oh,
We just need to fix a lot of Spain. We need Spain as well. Spain is a bit.
Yeah, Britain is close to being done, but it does need a colonial tree
Mhm.
because it
so
doesn't have one.
Britain need to link the political stuff to get to the parliament to simulate
Yeah,
voting in the House of Commons.
yeah,
And
it definitely
simulate
needs to
that.
start trying to get the
Yeah,
parliament and the
yeah.
military high command.
As for Mexico, as you guys seen the focus tree and the preview, we still need to the liberal tree and the imperial tree from imperialism, and we also need the London Convention that's going to decide what's going to happen to Mexico, how it's going to be split, how it's going to be invaded, and if it's going to be invaded. Basically, a lot of stuff is going to be decided. Yeah,
Oh, that's weird.
What happened?
The colonialism focused graphics aren't showing up in the country view. They're showing up in the focus tree. Like focus is
Yeah, that's
fine,
a
but
bug.
not on the actual country
That's a
screen. It's
bug
weird.
that happens. It just it's Hearts of Iron 4 itself. It's not your or anything.
Don't mind me just claiming everything around me.
Mm, I'll try to get an alliance with Buenos Aires. Let me improve relations, everything. Alright, so to slave. I go with I'll go with interprovincial slave. No. I don't know which one
Also,
to
that's
go
something
with.
else I fixed. The princely states are actually princely states now.
Alright. Yeah. Where?
And they have icons. I can ally with Morocco?
The princess states in India, they're what icons? What you're talking about?
Travancore
Oh,
and Nepal?
yeah. Oh, they have the yeah.
Yeah, they have the actual icon, and they're actually princely states. Took me ages to actually
Yep.
fix them, because the
East India
autonomy type had a
Company.
bug in it.
Yep. Uh, let me take a look at the chat.
Is there even a chat? Oh, there is a chat.
Maximilian of Mexico. Yeah. If Maximilian actually were planning on a path that he basically managed to organize the nation, he can invade the USA, basically do a reconquista. That's that would be probably Mexico would be crushed to death, but
Hello,
you know.
chat.
I hope.
That panic of 1857 pains.
Are you enjoying it?
Oh, we still have the panic of 1867.
Yep.
Oh, I didn't know Prussia suffered from the panic. I think it was just
Well, I
American.
have to check. Give me a second. I will open Google.
Even France suffered from it.
Hmm?
Yeah,
France has got
Britain
it.
too.
Spain doesn't.
I don't
UK does.
I don't know what even the panic was. Was it like a
Portugal
American
does.
thing and then
It's
Probably.
a American thing. It gives you a description in the event. I don't care. So my country is irrelevant to the economy. I've even got the modifier for it.
yeah, you don't have the panic. You have a lot of other negative modifiers. Yeah, your country, my country has a lot of positive modifiers, like but still has a lot of negative ones at the end of the transatlantic slave trade, all that stuff.
Okay, from German Wikipedia, Prussia was hit by this panic too.
All
That
right.
was it. Apparently Denmark was
Why
not.
doesn't the
And Hamburg, for example, was hit too.
Also, I added some Spanish idea icons.
all right. The time just stopped for some reason.
Yep.
Oh, I
Lag.
crashed. Yeah, I crashed.
Oh, you crashed.
I need to rejoin right now. All right.
Not joining.
All right. Let me quit, and then I'll rejoin.
Yep.
I just had a quick. So when I click the ledger, does it show up for you guys as well?
No.
The ledger. Oh, all right. So that's fixed.
Pretty sure the ledger, the wiki, parliament, and military eye command don't show up for other people. It's just the strata. Also, yeah, the buffering is my internet's bad.
United Kingdom. I think I'll try to go with war. No war with the British and kick them out of the Guianas, and then I'll go invade the Iceland that I need to invade, and then going to dab on the French as well, then dab on the Uruguayans. You know, a fun mini game to spend the time in Hearts of Iron 4. Try to find a piece of land that's surrounded by all sides by rivers, not lakes, not seas, but rivers. Like it's almost impossible. There's just one spot. It's I spent hours in that looking for that, and then when I finally found it, it was like, oh shit, yeah, fucking internet. Oh, Gary, they're asking you to fix the sound.
Yeah, I'm fiddling with it at the moment.
Fucking internet. I'm just going to mute myself right
I
now.
imagine it's probably the fact that I've dropped the bitrate down a hell of a lot.
Uh, I'm probably going to have to mute myself for a while we wait.
Oh, that's fine. No, I don't know what the problem with the sound is. That is weird. That's very weird.
Hello.
Hey,
Hello.
holy shit.
But that was loud.
Hey, hey. That was...
My bad.
Yeah. Hello.
Sorry for my voice. It didn't yet crack.
No. Alright. We have 24 people watching the stream and just seeing the loading screen. That's lovely.
Yep. And in
Ah,
terrible quality.
fucking Hearts of Iron 4, man. The Paradox never know how to optimize their games. Takes a fucking hour to load the save games and
Yeah, it takes ages for it to transfer. I probably should have just saved it, chucked the save into the Discord, and downloaded it, and you could hot tune off that.
oh my god.
What country is Bert going to be playing?
Ask him.
Water available? Oh, sorry for my voice again.
All of them but Oman, Prussia, and US.
No, Oman, Prussia, and Brazil. You got it.
Other ones taken. We do need a Italian player.
Sure, I consider Sardinia. No problem.
You can play Piedmont, Italy. So
Yeah, I'm
Hello,
gonna play
chat.
Piedmont.
Welcome to
Piedmont.
Lobby Simulator.
I
Part
demand a city of Ulm
6.
to be added.
Demand the what?
Ulm. It's a city in Germany, like an EU4. We need it bad.
The city-state of Ulm. They exist.
Oh, never know.
Okay.
You just have to release them.
Exactly.
Gary should have played the elevator music while you're writing. Elevator
What?
music. So we should have played some song or something while we were writing. Like
Yeah,
shit.
Polish songs.
Yeah. 1 second. I have an idea. Uh, 1 second.
But we got music, but
Yeah, we got.
Yeah,
don't
but
know
I'm
if-
streaming to YouTube. Can't play anything copyrighted.
yeah.
I'm going to play
Download
some.
the music.
I'm going to play something that's not copyrighted.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello. Oh, it's Certainly Gamer. So let's where it shows up. Let's keep.
My holy fort is
Even this
the-
is dev streaming. It's all of the branches.
Yeah, let's play the elevator music. Let's all shut up. For some reason didn't play. Rhythm music is this? Do you have a music bot? What's the name of the music bot?
Isn't it groovy? Wait.
Oh, it's Groovy. Oh, sorry. So, yeah, there. No, Groovy isn't work. Oh, it's another music bot.
It's
yeah.
Fredboat. Yeah, it's the double.
It's the
Should I put on the theme? They want me to put the theme. Just link me it.
videos. Okay, I'm just solving something right now. But yeah, there.
Okay. Did you put it in the launch? Hopefully.
All right, there it goes.
Yes. Perfect. feel like I'm in an elevator going to like 70th floor.
Yeah, yeah. Welcome to Paradox Optimization, brought to you by the developers of Paradox that don't know how to make their games work. Mine
I
is
wish a
7.
Paradox official.
The best thing is I'm not even a dev of in the beginning, but I'm gonna join anyways.
I was reading a lot of books recently. I'm gonna just make a huge probably document where I'll list all the shit I did.
Oh, fucking finally! Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's up?
Speaking of books, I've got this what is it, 900? 700 page book on the Balkans. It's quite enjoyable.
Not bad, man.
Finally.
And it died.
But don't you understand, Silver? We have to wait for the other two to join in.
Oh
Yay.
my god. We can load in the game while they join in. We can play it a bit.
Yeah, sure. Hopefully AI doesn't make 400 templates for me.
No, the AI for the Piedmont is off.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
that's why we
that's
need
even
an
worse.
Italian. That's why we need an Italian player. Can you ready up yet, Silver?
Yep, 100% finalizing the updates. Yep.
Alright, finally it's there. Loaded.
I'll be.
Ready. Finally.
I don't know why this is taking so long to do.
Yeah,
Because I'm
finally,
streaming, and because our save files are pretty massive with all the variables we have.
Oh, true.
Oh, alright, why can't I make front lines for some reason? Oh no, because I clicked the button. Okay, why can't I make front lines?
You can't make what?
Front lines. Like the button's not that. I think. No, can you unpause the game? Yeah, thank you. Okay, for some reason my generators aren't able to do front lines. I don't know why.
That is rather weird.
I'm in the
Yeah.
game, but
Yeah, let me send you a screenshot of it.
I can still do front lines.
Yeah, the bottom of the front line. I can't, when I click it doesn't activate. Let me
Waiting
send you
on
on the
Bert over there
There.
to join, and then we'll hot join
There.
both of you at the same time.
alright.
Yeah, it's like not working. Oh yeah, finally it's working. It's working. Oh, sorry, it was just a temporary lag.
That was like,
Yeah. Another kingdom. Let's send our troops down there, and let's send a 3-man.
What nations are up for grabs?
Uruguay and Butter.
all of them.
Africa.
Actually, it's Brazil, Prussia, Oman are taken, and Saudi Piedmont.
Yeah. You want to play
If
as
you're looking
Africa?
ones with
Alright.
focus trees, that would be France, Austria, UK, Russia, Spain, US.
Russia can be interesting.
Mexico has its focus tree as well.
Mexico.
only country-
There's a lot of them.
The only two countries I've ever played in the new beginning is the United States and Prussia.
Well, the
So-
United States is open.
Yeah. I'll probably play the US.
The United States is in a glorious alliance with the, the
Argentine Confederation.
Yeah.
No, not Manifest Destiny, but the Monroe Doctrine on steroids.
The manifest destiny would be if the U.S. sent their navy to do what the
Yeah.
British did to Argentina. Very few people know, but the British actually they went to Argentina and bombarded the cities of Argentina to the river Argentina has that like, goes up to Rosario and Paraná and Buenos Aires.
Still waiting on Bert to try and not join. Parliament state census.
Yep, doing it.
Need to actually turn the parliament off for countries that don't have parliaments.
Yeah, I know, right?
To be honest, this game is gonna go so slowly. I could probably mod an entire thing in Texas while just waiting for things to progress.
The flight time. So
It probably would be going a bit faster if it wasn't for the fact that I'm currently in the middle of the countryside at the moment.
middle of what?
The countryside.
Oh.
Oh, that's why. Oh, that's why.
Already launching Hoi 4. I had to install it because I haven't played Hoi 4 in so long. I was focusing on Europa for Europa Universalis 4, like did a lot of achievements and
Okay,
stuff.
so someone is hot shiny again. It's
Kind of Hoi 4 went down for me after like a few updates and disappointment. Just a lot of it.
all right.
Dun, 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 dun.
No need for you to sing.
This is just a typical dev stream.
No. It's not really dev
Bugs,
stream.
issues, and lobby simulator.
It's not really dev stream considering I'm in it.
Still a dev stream, there's still devs in here.
Gameplay tip number 2: never get involved in a land war in Asia.
Nope.
Sounds familiar.
That's familiar.
Never get in a land war in the Great Plains.
Well, according to the Spanish, America is indeed India, so.
According to the
I mean, that's
Portuguese,
basically Asia, isn't it?
Exactly.
according to the Portuguese as well.
You do not exist, people. According to the lobby
Alright.
simulator, according to the. What's the name of the game?
Lobby Simulator 4.
Understood, but like multiplayer one.
Oh, the direct link is in the chat. Scroll up. And lounge.
What if I just
Yep.
What if I just like invade Mexico?
That would be based.
You can't declare war.
Mexico will be my wall.
Unless you can declare war on them through your focus tree, you can't.
Oh. Boring.
I mean, you could do that as Dixie, maybe.
There's a declare war button, but it doesn't do anything at the moment.
Oh.
Strategy gamer.
I think
Yeah.
Philippos was wanting to completely redo the war system, and then
Shizzle,
he left. So.
I have to declare war on you by with declare war button.
Any password?
Nope.
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 Okay,
No.
that's perfect. And I'm going in.
All right.
What in the world is happening to the chain? Oh yeah,
They're
the
gonna
headline.
sit there and do nothing for the rest of the game because the several dozen revolts that happened.
Again, my name failed because I was player. Now I'm
Yeah.
Bert. Just like my IRL name.
You're trying to join, and Silver's already got the player name taken.
Jesus Christ, how slowly do you load?
Very.
Oh my goodness. Oh
I could probably pause the stream. Give me a second.
Move
Yeah,
the
we-
multiplayer lobby to the top left.
I dropped the
custom-
stream so we could load in fast.
The custom GUI goes over the multiplayer lobby window.
All right,
That's
we.
pretty cool.
Does it? Oh yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. Now we have also prayed. That means my.
Well, you can see
my-
what we've
my-
added.
My turbo internet doesn't go
Except
out.
for the
Doesn't always,
US like the points thing, the star points
Then I
thing
see you,
that the US has.
2020.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Tell him. Bombay.
Oh.
36
I
million
swear the
people.
music is killing me.
That's bugged. By the way, the population is bugged at the moment.
That's
Oh.
extremely hot. Why is
It's bugged because
for-
someone changed the code of how the ledger displays.
I think that
Hey, Burton's
how
loaded.
Yeah, man.
how for climate is
Wait,
really
is Anna Gabriel Stake good for me?
really I think how for climate is really wrong about
Wait,
the
the
nation.
people. Anna Gabriel Stake good for me. Oh, it's in English. It's what is it? The voice speaking. The output.
Alright, I'm gonna up your volume a bit because you're a bit quiet.
Done? Better?
Right, you
Yeah.
are loaded. According to my end.
Okay,
Yeah,
can
but you have to actually like load into the game, like load
Yeah,
into the save
I'm
file.
currently
Yeah.
having. This Windows says the game unresponsive.
And then you click ready, and then you have to load into the game. Actually, like
And then we have to play on one speed.
yeah.
No way.
I might as well just mod while we're doing
I would be, except the folder that I normally mod in is the one we're currently running, so I can't.
that.
Yeah.
we're going to play on 3 speed.
I guess I could go.
Free speed? What's that?
I guess I
Free
could go
speed.
move over and
No
work
way,
on.
man. No.
my Discord mod.
Impossible, man.
Because because then we without 3 speed we're never going. Basically.
Man, we
What?
maximum playing 2 speed because. Wait, why am I lying? We might play like 10 speed. Yeah, man.
We need 3 speed.
Let's be realistic here. We'll play 2 speed.
I'll give you a bit to ready yourself up.
Hey.
Hey,
Okay.
have 2 military factories. Let's go.
Alright,
Change the
eco
recurrent
eco
deploy.
rebalance is the next priority.
Isn't
How
it
about
even worth
maybe
it to have cavalry?
I have a question.
Hmm?
Oh, we have the new focus resurgent. Oh, we already did the resurgimento. Going to go seek help from Napoleon. Napoleon sent help.
Oh, leave the strata
Oh.
alone.
No, sorry.
Is that global?
That's global.
Okay.
Strata is global at the moment.
Alright.
Leave it
3
alone.
speed for God's sake.
Parliament
I totally
and
didn't press that.
Stop stealing my
totally didn't press
icon.
military high command.
Because I.
Wait, can I see? Wait, is military high command a global thing?
No, military high command
Yeah.
is country. So is parliament.
Oh.
It's just the
Also, I
strata.
can point. Yeah, I didn't play yet during this update. Can I point the people? Oh, I have nobody to appoint. Oh, well, let's go.
Yeah, the ministers aren't in yet. I think there's supposed to be an event that
speed.
makes random ones, but I don't know what that is.
I feel like I'm the French during 1940. No ministers, no nothing.
3 speed, 3 speed. For 3 speed. Yeah, thank God.
Oh, we can actually do it.
All right, there, my
Need
troops
to
moving.
marshal.
Let's go, my
Damn it.
Brazilian horses.
No, we can't.
We
Go
have a
to.
few.
We cannot do 3 speed.
My. Yeah, we can. Oh God. Oh.
Am I lagging behind?
Oh,
Everyone's
2
lagging
speed. Oh
behind.
my God.
You
Yeah.
have to
Virtually
work
everyone.
and buy
Oh, Bert,
better computer than this potato.
Bert and Cuba, or Cuba.
Okay, I'm
Not
gonna
Cuba.
Polish
try.
and Wi-Fi don't like each
Crazy.
other.
Oh my God, Bert is like 1 day behind.
Yep.
For me,
I'm
only 14
getting
hours.
graphic. I'm
Oh,
getting a
Bert,
graphic.
I think it's probably not best for you to play it right now, especially.
So the naval model is like glitching my screen.
Yes,
Yeah, same.
that's
Same.
no an issue. I would fix it,
Yeah,
but I
Bert,
don't know how to
Bert
fix
is
it. So.
lagging behind. Was lagging behind by a year. So like so that's why he was lagging behind by a year.
Yeah, I
Or
was
by
lagging
year,
behind by a day.
by a day. Yeah,
It just took
yeah, by a
ages to
day.
catch up.
I think Bert probably shouldn't play, but all right now because of.
Yeah, Bert, you're a bit too
I
slow.
like
Yeah.
Sure. The German
Rep.
Wi-Fi can support
Take
this.
'em.
Yeah, you can
Bye,
leave.
guys. I guess.
Yeah, no. Thanks for.
Eat 'em.
Thanks for at least trying.
Yeah. No,
Eat 'em.
thanks for joining the stream.
Yeah.
No
Wait,
problem.
I can ban the
You should
opposition parties in the United
definitely
States.
try and join
Yeah,
in,
ban
and
the opposition party.
later
That's
dev
a,
stream won't actually have good net. Might help.
Yeah, sure. I currently have some people downloading stuff.
ban the opposition parties. Go, go, go. Ban the Republicans.
Silver doing the job for 2020 and 2016.
Uh,
And
Ban
the Republicans.
Do it. Ban the Republicans. Go, go, go.
Position the kingdom.
but aren't the Republicans like the
Silver, don't Trump supporters don't agree with you.
Orange man bad.
No, back in the day, it was inverse. The Republicans were the
Wait,
liberals, and the conservatives were
No,
the
Republicans weren't really
Democrats.
liberal.
okay.
I
The
mean,
He was
Ottomans have the
liberal.
largest army.
Okay. The Republicans were liberal in terms of like freedom, but they were relatively conservative actually.
Yeah, and the Democrats were conservative. Both.
Is Ottoman
Mm.
army bigger
Though
than
the
Austrian?
Hmm.
Wait a second.
The Austrians have so little troops.
Because
how many troops do they have?
maximum
Oh.
19 number of
Austria has
divisions.
8 to 15 divisions. Oops.
Or me 19.
Is each Ottoman like division like an entire like just regiment, just one regiment per?
Ottomans, they have 61 divisions.
Yeah,
They've got
Oh, that's a
300,000 men deployed, and yes, this is historical. I researched this.
Jesus.
Yeah. And their army just smaller than the Russian. The Russians have the biggest army. The Russians have like 65 or something.
The Ottomans currently have 50 something divisions. Sorry, 49 divisions, and the Ottomans have 61.
Man, this
Yeah, and the actual biggest army was the Chinese, but they get pretty much fucked on the Civil
Huh?
War.
I don't think my
Yeah,
ledger works.
they don't have particularly many troops. Although we could actually give them a lot more troops and then just make the Taiping a lot stronger so they actually survive.
Yeah.
Because at the moment the problem with that civil war is that neither side has enough troops to occupy every province. So the AI just mucks around.
Yeah, we probably should add more troops to Taiping so they survive.
So
Population strata isn't implemented at all. It's the start of it, but it doesn't actually exist yet.
Yeah.
Answering chat.
The national religion is Mahayana Buddhism. Burma and the Empire of the Great King. Alright, to the Caucasian emanates. And have a lot of.
does the power line do anything yet?
What?
Hmm?
Does the parliament do anything for the
Yes,
US?
Parliament is fully functional.
Yeah,
Awesome.
Storm fixed it.
Yep.
So you can.
So you can call
Yeah,
votes and pass laws and all that fun stuff.
I want to lower taxes.
I'll just ask maybe chat. You can ask maybe questions. I'll ask the stream contestants basically if you want.
Well,
Or the
yeah, if you want to watch the stream chat and fire
Okay,
questions
the
at us.
one complaint I have is that the tooltips have literally no information on it.
For what the taxes do.
Yeah, the taxes. Like it
Yeah,
just
we should
says
actually do that.
executive order.
It tells you what parties support it, but they don't actually tell you what they do.
And where's the stream, by the way? I can't find it.
Why are the Russians taking so long to destroy the?
Yeah, okay,
Because
found it.
IE is retarded. This is the problem. If you look there, see where there are mountains.
Okay, people,
So it's
and
giving a very big attrition for divisions. So
Yeah,
they have problems.
it's historical. The Caucasians don't have many troops, but it's just mountains and impassable and mountains.
How long did it take originally for the?
And they've also got a bunch of defensive modifiers as well.
Yeah, because
So we're pretty hard
Russian
to break them.
army was in very bad condition after Crimea.
Yeah, the Russian
Crimean
army
War.
is in the really bad state at the moment.
And player have to introduce Milutin reforms, but Milutin was promoted in 60s.
Yeah.
if the stream wants to ask some, if the stream wants to ask some questions, go ahead.
What does executive orders do?
They cast you legislative power and something else. I can't quite remember else what they do. But it
What's it
instantly
in?
passes it through. You don't have to vote. But if you're democratic, it will cause unrest in the nation if you do too many.
Awesome. I know what I'm gonna do.
Can you click
However,
on,
as a monarchy, you don't
can
care
you
about
click to harass the opposition parties? What will happen if you do that? It's very.
that. Oh, by the way,
Oh.
even though you can, don't mobilize.
Why not?
Your economy will suffer, and you'll get lots of negative events about it if you're at peace and mobilized.
How do you even mobilize there's like you can gather war supports. That's the event. Gather war supports. That's the mobilizing event.
The actual civilian economy law.
Oh.
Christoph, I believe Poland's in, yeah. Pretty sure the, what is it, January
Oh
Revolution
my fucking
exists.
god.
Yes, January. He's Polish. This guy, because it will be much better for me to answer in Polish. I have to, okay.
What was the
Christoph,
kind of
are you Polish? One of the dev asks. Reply.
Yeah, Kuba is Polish.
Okay, so he's Polish too.
No,
didn't
he hasn't
reply.
answered.
Okay, so I will answer
Yeah,
in. Yeah, January uprising is already added. There are few events before it, so Russia can try to avoid it. And during, or maybe in the first days of it,
of course, Coconut
there's
wants to know what his
option
babies are doing.
to
Give me a second.
make a coalition to support Poles and start war with Russia.
Doing plans for the
Very,
future.
very, very unlikely to happen.
You're doing plans for the future.
So what happens if the revolt is like
Oh,
totally
there's Mexico.
successful?
Repeat this.
Look at those
It's
glorious rebellion borders.
Another question from Giovanni Massa.
Oh my.
Is it possible to make the US collapse completely?
Yes.
Yeah.
So basically,
That is the I can't remember the proper name of it. But yes, one of our last dev streams, President Storm did that path and fully collapsed the US. If you're interested in how it happens.
a previous question from Cogrenard Jeersworth. How are the colonial generic
Yeah,
trees
I'm
doing?
answering
Garion?
this question. I think they're all doing plans for the future. Oh, some of them are doing regional investments.
I should
Yeah.
probably turn off.
Oh, I'll go
Hero
look at how
symbols.
his baby Abyssinia is doing. They're going against Egypt at the moment. Oh, Bosnia fair. Someone needs to write the
Napoleon
description
III,
for that though.
okay.
Napoleon III is.
Another question: is there any content for Collapsed USA? Like maybe
I believe there is a bit of content, but I haven't actually had a look at the collapsed US since Storm updated it.
Look at that beautiful conservative Mexico for the focus tree. Give it a look. It's
Give me a second. I'm just
it's
quickly disabling the options menu.
Okay, Sheridan goes to the south. McPherson. Does McPherson also go to the south?
Victory against full.
Tunisian subculture of the Maghreb. Why? I think the Tunisian localization is fucked up. It's not uncapitalized. Look
a
at the.
question. Is there any plans for like better visualized opium wars?
I don't know. You'd have to. Oh, Greece is allied with UK.
It isn't fully added. As I
No.
remember, it was coded in the half, maybe.
Okay, the game.
As I played, it didn't fire, but not sure. I played as Britain, and it didn't fire.
There is supposed to be. I know the open wars are in the decisions menu, and the first one's a water conflict, and I'm not entirely sure what happens with the second one.
All right.
Alright, I might as well go check. What are you doing? Turner Hubel. What's the OSF doing? Constitution stuff. Oh, the. I see Cuba allied the Orange Free State.
And over.
You still here, Cuba?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, yeah.
Just... Okay.
Looks like Mexico. Looks like the conservatives are getting. Like the Mexican Civil War. For Mexico, for the liberals, they will be have three options as well. They're gonna have an option where Benito Juarez is assassinated by the traders, and he's like the conservatives take over again.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, there's going to be this option. He's just killed by the.
Another question from Giovanni. Can Bismarck institute direct control, so basically take over the empire and rule himself? I'm pretty sure no, but let's see.
I don't think so.
Can you repeat the question?
Can Bismarck institute direct control over Germany, basically? So, like, not being a chancellor who's limited in power, but...
No way. It's impossible.
And another question: Is it possible to fully dismantle Austria in the Austro-Prussian War?
No way. It's because historically Bismarck was very against pushing Prussian armies out of Czechia and attacking Austria. The king William wanted to attack it, but they convinced him to don't do that.
I must admit, it's probably possible. It probably would be possible to do so, but you wouldn't want to, because the whole reason why Prussia didn't do it historically is because they needed an ally in the region.
Yeah.
And plus, Bismarck isn't that.
It's in other words, it's a bad idea to collapse Austria as Prussia. Christoph, it is the dev streaming branch in GitHub. Go have a look at it.
Yeah, maybe if Prussia didn't.
If you're in the Discord, I can actually link it to you.
Prussia.
Wait, are the links allowed to be sent?
You could
Well,
probably, if you go onto the stream, you could probably link it in chat. I don't have any link stopping on, I think.
well, if Austria collapsed, probably Croatia
Where's
could
the-
ally.
But if you know what, I'll go and chuck it into the stream
Here we
description.
go. First stuff, here you go.
What if I just like decide to like ally everyone?
Don't do that.
We did
Don't
that
do-
as Russia, and we had the entire world versus the Caucasian states.
Oh yeah, the Caucasian
What if I
states.
just ally everyone in South America?
Bruh.
Monroe Doctrine.
The Mega Monroe Doctrine.
Yeah, I think the ally.
Next step, African landing. No, American
who-
landings in Portugal.
who's the guy that? Sorry, who's the guy that's coding the alliance? Oh shit! No, my focus tree. I didn't realize that it was finished. German migration. Who's the guy that coded the focus tree from? Sorry, the alliance system. Who's
Um,
coding that?
In
I
real
think that
politics.
was Philippos.
Oh, so you, Garen, can you edit it to make it that there is no military thing? Or
Edit it to do what?
to make it that there is no military alliance with the alliance system, so we can avoid that Russia, every country Russia war.
I have increased the base rejection chance. Basically, we just need to go through and make it a lot harder for alliances to happen.
The modern Steam will not be updated?
I think the
The
alliance.
modern Steam will be updated once we've finished the next major
Yeah.
patch.
Alright.
We're trying to keep the Steam releases stable.
No, I think the alliance system should
Jesus
just
Christ,
be
who
like
has tsunami?
political and
Yes.
economical.
What is it? Grub Os. I can't remember. Group. Yes, the German Confederation can be formed by Austria. That's already in. Bavaria is one of the candidates for the German Confederation under Austria.
Can Bavaria form the German Confederation?
Yes. Bavaria can form the German Confederation if Austria wins against Prussia and Austria agrees.
Oh yeah. Another question for me: is there any plans to add inflation, so it could possibly affect the economy? Because greatly, like
It depends on how the economy gets implemented, because that's a little bit up in the air at the moment.
Inflation can have all.
We can say the economy system will definitely not be in Deus Ex Machina, our next update.
I think we won't have the economic system for the Ex Machina,
No.
or we will.
Economic system is the about three updates in the future.
Yeah.
What if I lose a
It's
vote?
quite far off. The next major update should have culture system. It will have the tech tree. Parliament, military
A lot of
command.
new focus trees.
All
High
all the major focus trees done to 1870.
Paraguayan War for South America, the Franco-Prussian, the Austro-Prussian War.
Gavin worked hard as on the naval focus tree. Give credit to him, I guess.
Yeah. And we will also have the Japanese Star Tunight, I guess.
Isa, Russians did industrialize quite greatly before the Crimean War and after it. And basically, the industrialization stopped during, like, slowed down, let's say, during Alexander II. This is why you see a lot of investment going into.
To do factories. The UK does need a lot more factories than it has, though.
Yeah, so does Prussia, kind of. Because Prussia industrialized very early on. Ever since Heidrich de Grosse.
I don't know why the British are more industrialized than the Americans, or no, why the Americans are more industrialized than the
Yes,
British?
Russia can
Yeah, the
colonize.
British should be the highest amount
The
of
United
factories.
States didn't industrialize until the Civil War.
Yeah,
Really,
No.
it's really during the Civil War that America industrialized.
Russia formed colonies.
I mean,
Yes, Russia is eligible for the Scramble for Africa.
And the
And
reason-
can
but didn't
colonize
like
Africa,
America start
assuming it's in a position
industrializing
to do
like
so.
30s, 20s when they started building all those huge steel mills, making all this stuff?
No.
Russia can take part in
The
the
first,
generic colonization system, which just requires you to be a major or secondary power. And you
the
get a
beginning,
bonus if your capital's in Europe, is how that works.
the beginning of American manufacturing began basically around the time the country was formed. But the thing is, industrialization in the United States wouldn't happen until the Civil War.
Man,
Because
that Mexican Civil War borders.
yeah, they're
Oh my.
Um,
why can't I close the light?
Russian
Oh, okay.
Tanzania is probably not going to happen given how the Zanzibar event happens. So I will have to say that's probably off the table. But they could get they could get like Gabon or Nambia or something like that.
Yeah.
What minor country is the most interesting? Well, the ones in Vic B that I've done a lot of work on is Abyssinia and Orange Free State, NZ, Oman, Libya.
You guys,
Bavaria is pretty decent.
2020 for minor countries, we're working on Paraguay for KRSG and then Big G. And Paraguay will be very
Paraguay
interesting
will be a pretty interesting one to play.
because they're
Egypt is
basically
technically
the
minor.
Gibani, Russia can form any of those colonies as long as it takes them.
yeah.
Isa, it is already planned, implemented
I have
there.
seen the CSA win more times than I've seen the Union one.
Really?
Yep.
No, for meology.
Whenever I play this North, I always win, so.
Yeah, you know how for me.
Yeah, I always see the CSA one.
Yeah.
I
Huh.
very
Maybe,
rarely see the Union one.
Well, whenever I
maybe
play the Union, I always win, so maybe I'm just a good
Oh,
player.
that's an interesting one. What happens when Paraguay wins the War of the Triple Alliance?
Um,
no, let me explain. Let me explain.
I was about to say Silver's
Basically,
got maps for that.
yeah,
Go
yeah,
Silver.
it's a long story. Depends. It's if Paraguay, well, if us or okay, let's do the historical thing. If they win, they take the south of Brazil, basically the three states
Yeah,
of
they
the
take
South
Rio
Brazil
Grande do
has:
Sul and Paraná and that.
Paraná, Santa Catarina, yeah. And they take also Misiones, that's a state from Argentina, and they make a puppet state on Argentina, basically. And then
Yeah,
they
and
make
Tigres.
Uruguay. Yeah, they restore the government of the Blancos, that's basically the conservatives of Uruguay that are allied to Paraguay. And
Yeah,
basically, Paraguay becomes the Napoleon of South America for like some months before they are explode into revolts and civil war. And because let's face it, Paraguay probably doesn't have enough troops and force to keep it together. So the South Brazil would revolt against Paraguay.
I mean, I still think it should be implemented because some basically try-hard players will probably try it. Because
Yeah, no, yeah. And if Paraguay has Argentina as an Argentina takes a bit of Brazil and Paraguay takes the rest south. Yeah, that's basically it. What Paraguay wins. It's
a question for me: is there as for like trade embargoes, like in CK2, which will lower your like cash income and stuff? Because that could be very useful.
That maybe possibly be something we add in the future, but at the moment, there's no plans for it that I know of. I need to put in the event for when the Suez Canal is built. Silver, you dropped.
Oh, I have also a question: is it possible for Egypt to restore the Mamluks? Because their dynasty, as I know, lives on like till today. Like you know what I get it. Bruh,
I
you know
plan
what I get.
to, but that is not in yet.
because like it's like the Hohenzollerns. They kind of exist, but they're like useless. Exist. Bruh.
Silver, are you still there? Is anyone still here?
Hello?
Hello.
Oh yeah, man.
Sorry, Silver's
I muted myself. I didn't
Yep.
know.
the Silver's died on us. I'm trying to see if he's left for a reason or.
Oh, he's gone from the chat.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's joined. What are you doing?
Finally, fine.
Silver.
Sorry, yeah.
Okay, never
My internet kinda sucks, so
Alright,
it's
so
going
you're
back.
rejoining, okay, good.
Yeah.
I don't
oh wait, what's
didn't want to disable the AI and then have you not join back in.
Deep Space Invader, you're in the car right now, so can you talk?
what? What
I
states
took
get demilitarized, by the way? Why before the American Civil War?
Hmm?
What states get like demilitarized before the Civil like?
All of the ones that the CSA have along the border. I can't remember the top of my head. I'm pretty sure Oklahoma's one, Virginia's one, but I couldn't tell
Do
you all of
you
them.
lose what? Do you lose West Virginia? As a,
I believe there is a decision over West Virginia splitting off Virginia.
and then Kentucky?
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. I'd have to check, and my game is currently trying to hot join Silver. There it goes.
Right.
Kentucky Fried Chicken.
That Civil
There
War
we
in
go.
Mexico is so disgusting.
Yeah, there you go.
Who
Can
just
you?
left? Strategy
Let's
game left
see
as
how
well.
long. Hello. Oh, strategy game will crash as well.
No.
So why you're loading for me?
I have no idea.
I think he might have desynced.
What?
Probably.
It's Hoi4 it does this.
All right.
But yeah, on the Egyptian thing, I probably will implement some form of Mamelukes. I just need to decide which of the three paths you have to go down to actually enable it.
Can you restore the pharaoh? The
I do have plans for one of the heirs of Muhammad Ali to declare himself pharaoh,
Oh,
but
Bro, what?
it's very specific.
Oh, another question for you. Is it possible for some of the like a union between the basically the Boers and the South Africans? You get what I mean? Like maybe some sort of union where they both collide and form like a federation and they live happily forever
so
after they just
You
so
mean the
the
South
union.
African Federation, the historical
Yeah,
thing,
the union of South Africa that happened in real life.
which is 1902.
Yeah.
I
The
know, but
event is in game.
like an early federation, so basically where they both collide, like they both like adopt maybe the
It
government structure
depends
of just
on
both of
how
together.
the Diamond Crisis goes, how the first Boer War goes, and how the second Boer War goes, depending on
Why
how
are there
what
so
happens in that. Whoa, Silver,
Yeah.
bit of feedback. I've
Yeah.
done quite a bit for the Boers, so there's
I'm
all
here.
the tiny little Boer states that pop out and that sort of stuff. But yeah, it entirely depends on how the Campbell Land dispute happens, and then the Boer Wars.
So that's why there's a million states and
Yes, because there's four one-state Boer republics that happen, and they have to be in because they all cause problems between the British colonies and the Boers. Yeah, there's a bunch of events, and actually, South African content technically goes all the way up to 1902. Oh, sorry, up to
Deep Space
1896
Invader.
technically, because I haven't done the Second Boer War yet.
Basically, there's two guys that two guys that are against Benito Juarez. They're the guys who betrayed him in the French War. So basically, I have an idea that they could assassinate him, like get him when he's not paying attention. They could make an yeah no moderates, no moderates. The Benito Juarez, he has his focus tree, and since it's two paths, uh, we can make it we can make it have 30 focus trees. Uh, 30 focus trees. 30, yeah. So basically, every focus could last 12 days.
Oh, and also any plans for like small coastal towns or maybe like micro even states like South Africa, possible like ridge inside the Africa a bit going upwards. Like so maybe isolated ports like inside the huge country of Africa. You get what I mean? Like the one that you have to colonize.
Treaty ports.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to be. We don't want to be adding too many tiny states because it increases lag.
Yeah, deep space invader they're talking about Mexico liberals. Basically, the Benito Juarez has his government and all his focus trees. They're supposed to last basically only a year. Basically only a year, and then we have the assassination plot. And they assassinate him, and basically they have to fight the liberal government. They have to go to every province and overthrow, and then without causing a civil war, since Mexico was already. And then they have an option to do the moderate thing of accepting the French as their new leader, but being a sorry, being a moderate empire, basically being under the Austrian emperor, but not being a puppet of France. That's the proposal that the assassinators get.
Uh, anyway, but all this. Don't want to add too many small states. You can colonize stuff though. But yeah, small treaty ports are a bit too small and obscure for actual use.
Yeah,
Oh, I also have another question. Wait. But yeah, Giovanni asks, is there any content for the Second Empire of Haiti?
yeah, actually. The Second Empire of Haiti, they basically they have an option if when Spain annexes the Dominican Republic, they can invade the Dominican Republic. But if they don't, they get a basically a civil war. No, first they get cubed by the Republicans that actually happened in real life, and then they get a civil war about the empire. But if you are you could if you want to play the Empire of Haiti, you can basically get in a war with Spain when and conquer the whole island. That's basically what you.
Oh, and a question: is there any plans possible for like how in World War One they used like small ships to travel for rivers and during Victorian era too?
No, we have
Like,
no.
is there any plans for that? Like
There's
in
no.
CK2, you can make
No,
travel by river.
there's
No,
no river warfare. No, sorry. Hearts
we're
of Fire and
we're,
4
we're
doesn't
we're
allow
not
for
doing
river
river warfare
warfare.
because yeah. The problem is if we do try and implement that, front lines bug out on those is one of the
Yep.
major things, and second thing is balance and stuff, and
And
third is level
you
of
can drive
zoom.
up massive warships up the Mississippi River, you
Yeah.
know,
No, no, maybe
and you
like
end up with the
limit,
problem that
maybe
Old
like
World
limit.
Blues has, where you can
Even
basically
if
do
it's
naval
fun to think
invasion.
about, there's no possible realistic way that we could have river warfare.
Also,
Um.
Giovanni asks, would the army be competent of the referring to the Second Empire of Haiti to crush the Dominican Rebellion?
You mean like, I mean, if they if they conquer the Dominican Republic after the Spanish controlled it, probably there wouldn't be many revolts because when the Dominican Republic annexed the Spanish annexed the Dominican Republic, at first the Dominicans were fine with it, but they got Isabella, the Queen of Spain. Basically, she wasn't a very good queen for the Dominicans. They were suspected that she was going to restore slavery, so they got pretty pissed off about that. So Haiti could control the Dominicans without a rebellion. Yeah,
Christoph, AI for research hasn't quite been done just because of the sheer amount of tech I've been adding. I will be doing a pass to make sure that AI will actually research the correct things soon. But yeah, I'm currently up to about 3,000 technologies at the moment, so it takes a while. Which focus is that, Giovanni?
Six, 60. In your question, yeah. Let's just answer questions while the
Yeah,
while
that's that's what we were doing at the moment, is answering questions while we load.
yeah. Um, Actually, I have a question for you, Garen. I think we should get for the Deus Ex Machina. I think we should get rid of some systems like to implement them later, because some systems are like unfinished since they started and
Which
like
systems
they
would you do you think aren't going to be
Alliance.
finished in time?
The Alliance system is very broken. It's like basically the faction system but worse. Uh, I think also some of the ideas you have for the nation they're still very on like I think they would take too long to make, and then we should like scrap them, some of them, and save them for like the next update. We don't have a name for the next update yet.
I must admit, a lot of the stuff that I've got planned is not going to be in DEM.
Hmm?
A lot of the stuff I've got planned is not going to be for DEM. I do want to get DEM out either this month or next, so a lot of the content that I have planned it will not make it in because currently polishing and finishing implementations of what's already in.
The the best update is going to be the 0.5. That's going to be the 50 because of this song. This song is just awesome. The song for the update we're going to use it as a team. Can I play it right now? Let me play it.
Yeah, hopefully once DEM is done, updates are going to come out a lot faster because a lot of DEM is base systems.
Oh, we have somebody here.
It's bot.
Hmm.
Oh, it's the bot and deep space, but nothing more.
I don't know why it's not playing the song. One second. Oh, because I had to I had to yeah. 1 second. There it goes. Okay,
Wait,
let me.
I actually have a question.
All right, can you ask it? Why we don't?
I know it's a bit far, but what happens if the Italians actually win the first Ethiopian war?
Um,
Abyssinian.
they
They,
will
they
take
call,
over Ethiopia, and probably Ethiopia will come out with a lot more detrimental colonial impact than they did historically, which will lead on to more revolts and stuff and more instability.
Would this actually? I know economically and probably militarily this would affect Italy greatly. I mean, in terms of capabilities, but like, could this possibly make Italy heavier in the world stage and make it like less embarrassed that it does not have any colonies, despite being like quite an.
yeah, probably we could
Um,
conquer all the Horn of Africa.
yeah, I'm not entirely sure. That would be
Because I
up
remember
to
like
how
most of the.
we decide to implement that, especially the Italian div.
Oh, that's a good one. How will we represent the fall of the Ottoman Empire?
Um,
Uh,
they will continuously get a modifier called Sick Man of Europe, which will get worse as they go on, and they get a lot more negative events and
Mas
events over cultures trying to assert nationalism.
that's yeah, that's too late in the future because uh,
I
yeah,
do have the plans for that, but it won't be implemented for DM.
yeah, it's going to be you're thinking like zero. Oh, look, 0.5 is it's basically have going to spoil guys on some stuff, but basically this is dev plan, so some of it's good. 0.1 is going to be the first is going to be the update we're a country on the Arbis. That's basically the start of the mod. 0.2 is going to be the Ex Machina. There's going to be uh, 8070, basically parliament, culture, basically diplomat, is political stability, military high command, and tech, the tech tree up to up. Then we're going to have 0.3. We don't have a name for it. It's going to be the basically Prussia. It's going to be the Franco-Prussian War and other stuff. 0.4 is going to be the Swamp for Africa and the colonization.
To be fair,
And
that's
we're going
already
to,
in.
no, we're going to basically perfect that. It's going to be focused on that. And then 0.5 is going to be the um, from the start of the century. That's basically the invasion of China and other stuff. The invasion of
We
Peking.
probably should call that like 55 Taishan in Peking or something like that.
Oh,
Yeah,
and
we our name for it's kind of sucks. It's the name for it we have is pretty bad.
maybe
Uh,
any plans maybe like to incorporate some EU4 mechanics, like meritocracy for China. It could be actually very useful because like I
yeah,
realize I read a few books on
we
China.
plan a lot of.
That would be up to
Let me
the East
give an
Asian dev,
answer.
which would be Striker,
Let,
who's not
let
in
me
the
give
chat
an
at the moment.
I
let
mean,
me
in
give an
general,
answer.
would it be possible because I'm not that good with coding? As
You
you
guys suggest a lot of mechanics. We're supposed to be a mod of mechanics, but like we need to cut a lot of edges because Hearts of Iron 4 is very laggy, and when you add new mechanics, it becomes even more laggy, especially because we have to take care of like 300 nations, and so we
Yeah,
have
at the
some.
at the moment, it's a lot of mechanics will be, especially country-specific mechanics, will be on hold until all the major ones are in, and we'll
We're
see how the lag
question
goes.
then.
That's why you make generalized mechanics.
Wait, why
Yeah.
we're
don't you make? Why don't you don't make it like a Steam? Because instead of making like a, why don't you make it like HIP, HIP for CK2, or like me EIOU for EU4, where you have to actually download from somewhere else to open it, zip file it, then do some more stuff. Put
because
in the
that will make the
terminal.
mod less accessible for people. We want to make it like Kaiserreich. It's where it's accessible to everyone.
I mean, wasn't it said by like even before by Powerblow that comparing Kaiserreich and End of New Beginning is wrong because like
No, I know, no, but that is in the what we're talking about. We're talking about it's always going to go to Steam. It's always going to be on Steam. We need to make the mod available for everyone. So we aren't going to make it like how can I say it? Make it difficult for people to download. Basically, not. We need to make people play it. We're putting so much effort into it. So yeah.
You go
And
back.
I'm going to watch the Mexican Civil War. That's
Fair enough. I'm watching the Caucasian emblem that kicked Russia's ass yet again.
oh no. Oh no, the Russians are going to lose the
Mexico's looking
war.
like a festive candy cane over there.
Yeah, no, because the Civil War was like that. It was like a lot of border wars. It was
Yeah.
yeah, it was.
To be fair, it is historically accurate. It's just a mess.
It kind of looks like the cartels just taking over Mexico.
Yeah, they're cartels.
Kind of weird that the
Go back to
traditional
chat.
conservatives
Right. Do we
would
have
be
any
red.
content for Taiping? Not at the moment.
What you're talking about, the traditional conservative of what?
Traditional conservatives are of Mexico are red. It's kind of weird.
No, yeah, the Republican Party of Mexico is red. Of the U.S. is red. So
Uh,
red was actually a color for conservatives back in the day.
oh,
Uh,
Yeah.
most parties, yeah. Oh look, Venezuela has is about to blow up soon. They got a new leader, so they're going to blow up soon. They changed the flag and everything.
Yeah. Republic of Venezuela
Yeah, they're going to
economic
blow up.
crisis.
versus the United States of Venezuela. Is it United States of Venezuela? United Venezuela? I
Right.
can't
Yeah,
remember.
the United States pop up. Yeah,
This time,
oh
socialism
maybe
or
and for
press.
the near like future, would it be
yeah.
possible during like war if you capture like provinces? You get it what I mean? Reduce the population like slightly.
Uh, that probably is very hard to do. Maybe like we have famines that wars that cause famines like the
Yeah,
British wars in India.
famines and stuff. There is ways that your population will be reduced through
I mean,
famines and
like the
plagues and stuff.
population will be not reduced like of the entire nation state, but like make a population of
Yeah,
each
state by
region.
state.
Yeah.
Plagues and
Yeah,
So
stuff. Plagues
basically,
and
for
stuff will
example, you
hit
capture a
states.
state.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
yeah,
capture a state basically, and then, for example, the little
Probably not
fighting.
due to how population growth works.
Or
No,
you
this is
can
not
just
the
make
entire dev team. This is like this is 3 out of the 12 major devs.
yeah,
and a random guy off the internet.
yeah. Can you continue the game, Garion?
Nope. Sorry, lag.
Yeah, you for some reason paused it. I don't know why. I'm at least less laggy than strategy gamer. That's fine too. And the second less laggy.
We'll
Oh,
be
the
using $200 for post CSA victory. There are some stuff that I know is inspired off that, but a lot of that sort of content is not in, as far as I know.
you should add the culture to conservative Mexico.
Oh,
Gary,
and
Garion.
is, is it possible to bring Bourbons back in any like nation, apart of like Sicily? Get all those nations that already started on like France, possibly
The ruling,
I
Spain.
the ruling dynasty in two Sicilies is Bourbon already. In
Yeah.
France, I think
I'm
it's
pretty sure the Third Republic can restore them. Third Republic?
yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is the Third Republic. First Republic, Napoleon, Second Republic, Napoleon the Third. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to remember my French republics. Yeah, I believe they can restore the Bourbons.
Yeah, that's
That's
Why is
Possibly,
post
possibly
Franco-Prussian War.
Orleans.
why is southwestern Wyoming its own state,
I don't know.
just like a single province?
Oh,
yeah.
that's called
Natives.
Storm not checking states before he implements them.
Oh,
That's supposed to add more provinces, but the provinces that he added were the ones that were added into Bolivia. So I had to muck around with that, so I don't actually know the correct borders for it, so I didn't change anything.
oh.
But yeah, I imagine it's supposed to line up with the Utahs.
Bolivia actually has a good map now. The South American states are actually, I think this is the only mod that has correct Brazilian states, except
Yeah.
for the northern one. The northern states are fucked up because the guy
Um,
didn't understand what I mean. Yeah,
they're okay.
it's
Although, yeah,
no, they're
it's just Emperor and North Power need to be swapped around.
yeah, but the rest is very good. Especially Paraguay, Peru, I need to. I think in the future I could ask him to redo Ecuador or Colombia, but they're like a second. They're not important for now. They're just going to be important for the when Peru going to invade Ecuador, and that's like Second World War.
Yeah.
And because Peru and Ecuador had like three wars over their provinces.
Oh,
Pastaza
and silver
and Loretta.
is like
Yeah.
full collapse of Argentina possible?
Yep, actually. Yeah, if you if the Confederation wins and loses if the Confederation like takes over Buenos Aires and they win and they fight against Brazil and Brazil wins, the Confederation collapses fully and then Argentina becomes just a splatter of states that and they can reunify after that, but it's going to be difficult because they're going to be very disunited.
Yeah, and Chile ends up with most of Wallapoo.
Yeah,
Wallapoo.
in most situations, if there are basically if you pick the Confederation, you're giving the Mapuche to Chile, because if the Confederation wins, they're going to go north and they're going to try to reform the La Plata. They're going to try to annex Uruguay and Paraguay and fight Bolivia over the Tarija. Basically, go to Bolivia, and there's there's a small province like that's separated by a river by
Yeah.
Argentina. Argentina claims that as theirs since the they took it back in the day, but Bolivia took it back.
Oh, and how about like, is it possible for like an event when the Argentinian Confederation like sends his own person to Falklands when like the British abandoned it to like this?
Actually, the Argentines they owned the Falklands up to 1832, but then they left it and didn't claim it anymore
Seven
until like
eighties.
Until the
yeah
British
no
came
no
and
no
sealed it.
no until the 1870s, and then they claimed it again because because basically look at the Argentina borders. There's no way they could like claim the Falklands because they didn't have access to it basically. And then when they took the Mapuche and those they tried to take the Falklands, they told the British that they wanted it back. So the British said no, and they didn't want to mess with the British because the British had the biggest navy in the world.
Oh, and a question. Like, you know how the when the United States captured the Philippines, yeah?
Yes.
There was like the rebellion, like there were the Muslims, yeah, of the nation did not want to surrender them after like they had the agreements of Spanish or something. Then they call like the ultimate sultan, who was like the caliph, sent them a message and calmed them down. Would this be possible, like a religious mechanic, where like the head of religion sends and you have like a chant that they accept or decline to like stop the basically
That
rebelling?
probably will be in through the culture and religion system. Stuff like
Yeah,
that will probably happen, given that each state has a religion and a culture.
the Pope can call out crusades against the Ottoman
Yes,
Empire.
Also,
that's
That would be
high was it
the Pope just
Arcaduceus?
I think
the
we
Pope
should
just
call the crusade in China because they ain't Catholic.
Funnily enough,
probably
the Taiping Rebellion technically was.
the crusade. No, because the invasion of China, the 50th Asian Peking was basically, but basically a crusade. It was 10 nations uniting and invading China and
Yeah,
burning Peking to the ground. It was
Oof.
basically the nations all united and yeah, everyone partied. That's why that's why probably people ask why China hates the West because of
because
that.
all of
There's
the West and Japan teamed up on them in Peking.
yeah yeah, and then Japan genocided it.
I
19.
mean, right now that's what they're doing. They're just copying European tactics of how to conquer the world.
I doubt it.
Well, they are
China
actually
China was
colonizing in Africa at the moment.
Practically, yes, by like investing a
mm,
fortune into them.
Yeah, investing
no, they're
fortune,
investing.
buying ports, that sort of
No,
stuff.
they're
No,
investing in.
they basically like give you a loan. You build the port which they ask, yeah. Then you can't
Mm,
pay the loan, and they be like, "Give it to us."
yeah,
That's pretty much how the Europeans took over like the trade ports. They gave
Yeah,
people a loan.
Wait.
They like build them like the wooden thing, and they said to
Hmm.
give it to us because you can't pay it back.
yeah, yeah.
What if I just go full equality using the parliament mechanic and using an executive order?
Bruh. Wait, can there be like a state which is more like you know in CK2 where only females can become rulers? Yeah, only females can vote. That would be actually pretty fun.
Can you
Nope.
make the modern times community? How can you make the modern times community take over? I forgot. There's a way like to make the modern times guys take over.
give me a
I
second
mean,
while I
like,
look
is
through
it
the.
possible to would it be possible to make like in game that only women can vote, only women can become
Universal
like
female
basically
suffrage?
rulers?
Probably.
Yeah,
We could
Yeah,
probably add that in.
yeah, only females, so men can't vote, can't do anything.
probably not because most of the countries of the world are male dominant.
Yeah, I
Like
know, but
I
like,
actually, given current social trends, it's possible that a lot of history stuff will require universal female suffrage.
yeah, can you
So
make
we might actually add that in.
can you make it two speed instead of one speed?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, please remind me with lag. Automatically ticks down and I don't notice.
Yeah, was like that.
hi Arkadiusz, or
Yeah,
hi
I just tried to pronounce that.
Kuba. How do you pronounce this? Oh.
Give me a second. Second.
Wait. Let the Slav
Arkadiusz.
pronounce it.
Hello, Arkadiusz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He asks if what? What did he? What is his question?
He just says hi.
Yeah, oh. All right.
It's pretty hard to pronounce the name when you're German.
Arkadiusz.
Equipment you would have to remake. You'd have to build through factories slowly. Manpower, is being a concern at the moment. I'm not entirely
Sorry,
sure how we'd
gamer.
fix that.
Can you close your Chrome so like you speed up because you're lagging behind.
Yeah, it's like a known issue since like 2017 that Chrome eats a lot of RAM, and you need RAM for Hoi for like if you play multiplayer.
Oh, so the liberals are now taking over in Mexico. They're kicking the
Who are you complaining about
conservatives.
to close Chrome?
I mean, if you close
I'll
Chrome
show you again.
the stream.
Because I was about to say, it shouldn't be me. I've got like 32 gigs of RAM. I should be perfectly fine.
Mexicans are.
Strategy gamer.
Oh, so the liberals are.
I've closed Chrome.
Oh yeah, watch the stream. The stream is like falling back a lot.
Who is winning
Like I
that
just
war?
heard my voice saying Google
Looks like
Chrome
the
is,
Liberals have a lot more
2017.
troops. Yeah, I think the Liberals have won that.
Also, Garen, the stream is kind of falling back like by 2 minutes or so. From
Yeah, as a
actual
player, you can win the Civil War of Mexico easily. You can just walk your troops to Monterrey and take it. So the liberals. Yeah.
How will you
There you
visualize this? And do the French have a choice to like remain there or just bye, take care, leave?
The French have events to look at the French focus street. They have events to invade Mexico, and it's not only France; it's British, the Spanish as well. It was an invasion of three countries against Mexico. It wasn't only the France. And
I mean,
depends.
predominantly later it was France, which just kicked out 3 of them.
It depends. In the I think I said it. It depends who wins the Mexican Civil War and what turns out after it, and then the Mexicans have to decide if they are going to invade, if they're going to.
Speaking of, you need to put culture and religion on the conservative Mexico.
Yeah, that's I told you that.
Oh yeah, the memes about Mexico being Serbian.
Yeah, but that's fixed. Thanks to me putting in over 200 new cultures.
Yeah.
Next step, can we please have Polish, no, Chinese Prussia?
Chinese Prussia.
Yes.
Qingdao. In future, probably together with expansion of German colonial stuff, there will be.
No, I mean like the
an
culture
option
of Prussia be changed to Chinese.
What?
No.
Aww.
How do you change a culture like
That's a good.
of a state?
Yes.
Of a state.
You
How do you change a culture of a state?
Deutschland will be a thing.
We'll probably be chucking in a few decisions that will allow you to convert your culture to convert like majority cultures and that sort of stuff. I'm not entirely sure. Will Großdeutschland be a thing? Yes. But you talked about that earlier, I believe.
Got the German immigration loan.
Actually, that's a good suggestion. Quotating Christoph, you could implement an event modifier that when a country got a huge defeat, it gets like revanchism with a higher production efficiency and population growth, whereas the winner gets a little debuff.
We could possibly implement revanchism.
Because I think it is quite easy to do. Is just when you lose the war, just give like small buff for like against the country, like attack bonus, maybe defense bonus.
Yeah.
Like you made for France, like after they lose the Franco-Prussian War.
Yeah. I was about to say they do actually have a modifier for that, but yeah, we probably will implement something like that.
Oh, and my personal question. Can you make Friedrich the Third, I think it is in English, live longer, not just 99 days in power?
This one, maybe. We will see in the future.
Because he could have changed Germany quite a lot.
Well, yeah, of course.
And
But
there's those I think they were like
I haven't thought about giving any option to heal him with his can. But
I didn't I read somewhere, yeah, that when he died, yeah, and he left like his table because nobody touched it. There were a lot of things like the new constitution, reforms, like on the table, like Alexander II had. Like he was about to implement the constitution until he was like killed.
Yeah, we have some options of people dying later or earlier. Yeah, sure.
I think
Like
a pretty good
Brazil.
example is Egypt's its focus tree has a path entirely dependent on whether its heir dies in a train crash or not.
Yeah. If the if the if Brazil loses the war in Paraguay and then they get a dictatorship, there's a guy in the state
Um,
of Brazil that dies,
Oh, and
and
question: how? Sorry for interrupting. And how will the generals die? Because I understand that you could hire possibly a general like
there
8.
are events about uh, generals' deaths, and for
yeah,
example, in British, French, or Russian stuff, it looks like there's the event, and you can decide between making a funeral subsidized by government or normal funeral. And if, for example, if you choose
yeah.
the option where
There are events
government
for
is choosing
historical
it,
general
you have
deaths.
weekly higher war support. And
Um,
there are events about dismission of generals too.
I do
Another
have
question
plans for
from
generals aging, but I haven't put those in yet. But yes, generals will
another
age and
question
die.
from the American. Do you guys plan on porting unit sprites from other Paradox games for tech, or do you plan on trying to get a 3D modeler into the team and make them from scratch?
we already have
We
3D
have a
models.
3D modeler at the moment, and hopefully he'll do some good stuff. The previous one, it sort of depends. Probably not, given unit. The only games that we could take them from is uh Victoria 2 and their unit model brain. The
Okay,
unit
Mexico, okay,
the
and
model types are different.
Mexico ended the civil war a
Ah,
bit
the
too quickly.
conservatives won.
Yeah, too quickly. I don't know why. I think yeah, yeah,
And they've got no
they're not
units.
supposed. What I think something happened. I think there was a bug probably.
Maybe? Because
Yeah,
yeah, they've got
we
no
have
units at the moment.
yeah we have checked that out. Deep Sea Defender. I'm going to tell because there's yeah that isn't supposed to happen. That's like why what the,
Yeah, make a
that
note of that for you to fix.
yeah yeah we probably have to fix it. Like the war was just going on, probably was going to go on until like the 8061, but and they didn't even get the event to the focus tree, so we need to fix that. Yeah, I'm just waiting for Venezuela to blow up.
Guys, I'll go now. I need to sleep and stuff. Bye.
Bye bye.
Buchanan held two speeches on the same day.
Yeah, I just got the double speech event.
Yeah, the guy. Chemistry. Let's go. Yeah.
Just everyone has 3 political stability.
Yep.
Oh, except for East India Company, which is currently on -5.
I wonder why. Oh, there. Hey, the Kashmir.
Who's feedbacking? Silver is feedbacking a bit.
Oh, I'm lagging.
I'm
We have
gonna.
thunderstorm in the room.
Ugh.
Oh, sorry. It's my fan.
Yeah, your microphone.
Yeah, sorry.
I'm gonna head off.
Oh, so we're going to leave.
Yeah.
Bye bye.
Yeah.
Oh, look,
Just
the Caucasian are kicking Russia's ass again.
give the US to the eye.
Yeah, leave the.
Yeah.
Let's see. What?
Well.
Yeah.
Sorry for the short amount of time, but I sort of want to do it.
Can you go 3 speed now? Gary,
See ya.
Gary, can you go 3 speed now? Thanks.
Yep.
This is good for efficiency. All right. So high political stability. We're going. Brazil is growing. How are naval invasions in the game right now? Like naval invasions.
Well, they're okay. Seeing as you can build a navy and stuff at the moment.
Yeah, all right.
You just need to remember to get the transport ship stack.
Oh yeah, where even is that? Like
Transport ships.
okay.
Go to Naval, scroll right the way down to the bottom. Transport ships.
All right.
Then major capital +3 is the first one.
All right. When I finish uh, the synthesis, I'll go to because
Also,
I want to.
I need to go through and test how many techs each amount of research slots does, because I have an inkling that small nations need 5 and big nations need like 8.
Yep.
Just because of the amount of tech.
Mhm.
Especially since
Yeah,
a lot of them like doing doctrines.
I need to take the Iceland of I don't know why Iceland need to take of Britain. I need to basically never invade the British in the war. I'm just waiting to either see the Venezuela explosion or
Venezuela hasn't exploded yet.
yeah, because when I think it's when the economic crisis ends. That's when the civil war begins.
30th of December. Gotcha.
Oh, you'll fix it? Thanks.
Visual bug with the ships. What do you mean? Are you talking about the 2 tabs? Because that's because of me testing it. The first tab is non-MTG tree, and the second tab is your man the guns tree.
Go to events. Let's see. There's also you guys might see the Jamaica revolt. There's also a lot of like South America is very interesting in this game. It's, it gets a lot of civil wars, and
Speaking of
it
civil
starts
wars,
with a yeah.
what's NZ doing?
What?
New Zealand gets
What?
into 3 civil wars at the same time.
Yeah. It's New Zealand's too stable.
We're too stable. Fights 3 revolts at the exact same time.
Yeah, but they can't. The natives can't take Auckland, right?
The natives can take Auckland.
Oh, can they keep it though?
No.
Oh, we got any way of like the Kingitanga taking off Iceland, basically
The
say that
King Tonga don't have the reach to take all of the North Island. Oh,
if they win,
the actual shipboat. Yeah. That's because none of our ships have models yet. That hopefully will be fixed in the future, but I don't know when we'll fix it. But yeah, we know why it happens.
so basically when the natives win, like every war, if the natives win every war, if like the New Zealand player is super incompetent and the natives win every war, they basically take every province except for Auckland.
They will take the entire central area. They won't take Wellington or Auckland at the moment.
Yeah.
However, that
So
does force New Zealand into the shattered territory, which will well, it's not fun because you get a lot of negative modifiers like failed colony and that sort of stuff.
yeah,
And the natives can form a actual confederation
coalition.
and end up annexing the entire thing off Britain if they're not careful.
Oh, so they can form a confederation, take Auckland and Wellington.
Take the entirety of North and South Island.
Oh, no, I think that they should, when they form the confederation, they should have a war just to take the North Iceland,
But yeah, it
and then
will depend on how I do it. At the
yeah,
moment, the Maori don't have the force to take Auckland and Wellington because of the population centres.
oh yeah.
This is on the way to our big Steam release, but it's not completed yet. Steam, hoping will be updated before the end of January, but no promises. I really need someone else in the chat asking questions. What's this? Oh,
What the fuck? Wait.
yeah, that's mea culpa. I haven't fixed how the East India Company works yet. Yeah, because of how political stability works, every time East India declares war on a Indian miner to annex it, it takes -1. So it quickly gets down to -5. Yes, the East India Company versus the East India Company is quite comical. The other one has a leader called Chain Thog, who's a warmonger and an industrial promoter. Is Ethiopian AI working now? I did just see them do a border war with Awassa, so I'm not entirely sure. Damn it, Cooper, stop lagging. To Chain Thog. Yeah. Kind of want to see him win, but he's not going to. Where's this capital Kokata? That's right. What's the great powers like? UK, France, US, Ottomans, Russia, Brazil, Prussia, Netherlands. Not bad. Interesting that the Netherlands is above both Spain and Austria. Yeah, we should make it harder for miners to ally great powers and for great powers to ally other great powers.
So I'm back.
Hello.
All right. Darren, can you go to HP?
It keeps dropping down because of lag. I'm keeping a note of some of the bugs we need to fix. A lot of them we already know about though.
All right. The Mexican bug is already fixed.
Yeah.
The guy just
The
fixed
East
it.
India Company is going to be pretty easy to fix, and there's some GFX bugs which I'm not sure about yet. But I have an inkling it's Shine. Oman's missing its religion. Maze. Yeah, Oman's missing a body.
Because secular country, I guess.
No, it's entirely because I haven't gone in and fixed it yet. How goes the development? Great.
So I think we decided that we need to remove the alliance system.
You need
I
to
think
remove the
that's
what?
pretty obvious. Well, alliance system. Yeah, that's probably because it's basically the faction system, but worse. Oh, there's civil war in India. What the hell?
It's not really the faction system, because the faction system is capitulate together and a bunch of other stuff. I do think
Yeah, but
alliances is okay, it just needs to be balanced properly.
no, I think we need to remove it and then we can reconsider it for that.
Yeah, it definitely should be removed for DEM. I need to go through and redo the diplomatic options.
So the East India Company is what that civil war is natural or it's caused by focus tree?
It's a bug
What
caused
happened?
by East India Company declaring war on all the India miners to
Oh,
consolidate because of how political stability works.
so yeah, basically they get pissed off. Yeah,
Yeah, I'll go in
the
and fix it by giving them an extra political stability every time they do the decision to annex. It's actually every time Britain does the decision to annex, so it's not even their fault.
so yeah, the radical Democrats of India, the the
Also,
military, I
I
guess.
apparently haven't done the expedition for United Africa decisions, so I have to go do them.
So the radical Democrats, so basically the military of India government.
Yeah, run by Chang Thog, who's a warmonger industrial promoter.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean probably that makes sense. He's just a military guy that has 4 to 7 troops, and he's facing the not. He's not facing the British Empire yet. For some reason, the British India Company didn't call in the British Empire. That's weird, but I don't know why.
Overlords don't interfere with civil wars. Yeah, a lot of those Italian bugs are known of. It just needs to be, it just needs to have content put in and fixed. Hmm. Cotton farms. Also, there is something I do need to note is devs really need
Oh,
to actually
I
put in
crashed again.
deposits
Oh,
rather than farms.
I crashed again. For fuck's sake.
Know what you crashed on?
No, it's just my internet just goes poof out.
Fair enough. We knew this was going to be slow. That's why I've set up like this. Although it would be nice if more people actually hot joined in.
If what? You can, yeah. Oh, yeah. I think you can turn the AI on. I don't feel like playing it anymore because I crashed like 30 times. Point. So you can turn the AI on for Brazil. But Gary,
Hmm?
Gary, you
Yes.
can turn the AI on. Alright. I'm not gonna play anymore. Bye.
Fair enough.
Very tired of
The
crashing.
thing is, it's still laggy. There it is. Oh, it's just me and you, Cuba.
Yeah.
Hopefully some other devs will hot join in later. Speaking of devs. Well, up to the boring part. Inspirations. Never really been good at talking to myself. What are you planning to do with Prussia over there, Cooper?
For a start, I want to just get bigger army. Then I will roll Danish, Danes, Austrian. It's about.
We should actually put definitely put in the AI breaking alliances as well.
Well, I'm a bit interested how much this alliance will influence the wars of German unification, like the 7 Weeks War.
Yeah, allied with Denmark. I need to increase the production of fabric. Grenadier Confederation? Sorry, I'm muting for background noise, although we're not really talking at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah, I need to do resource rebalancing again. especially fabric. Fabric's a little bit too low given how many people want it. I have been setting up a lot of the stuff for like discovering oil and that sort of stuff, but a lot of those aren't in yet, especially since most content ends before oil-fired engines happen. As that happens, give me a second, when is petrol engine researched? Diesel engine, 1900. There it is, petrol engine. 75, it requires the U. Yeah, 1890. 1890 is when most things start requiring fuel. Yeah, because monoplanes 1905. Vehicles is 1910. Be ships, won't it? Propulsion. Strong petrol area. Not you. Which is, I think it was 1914. Will you stop bugging out, you prick? Yeah, 1910. Most stuff doesn't require oil until 1905, 1910. 1910, 1910. Wow, Russians finally won.
Great.
I wasn't actually expecting them to win.
Okay, there's one lack of one localization of national spirit. Okay, I will take a screen.
A lot of focuses aren't showing up properly. I think it might just be a hot join bug or something like that. Yeah, there will be a lot of oil fields that will pop up through event, but most of them aren't in. Just off. But yeah, I've got all the scopes for what states produce oil, what states produce aluminium, what states produce iron, that sort of stuff. And you'll unlock decisions via the extraction tech. You change that to extraction. And you unlock resources through that is process as well. Through getting like tungsten wire production and Herald and the other one. Chrome electroplating, Kroll process, modern ceramics, that sort of stuff. We need more people in here to do conversation. Oh, there's Circassia.
Another war?
Yeah, there's Circassia didn't actually get into the war versus with Caucasian and white. Interesting enough. Also, I didn't even notice Russia and Ex Mongolia. Well, oil does exist on the map, Christoph. Like, Persia has some. So does Saudis, Oman, Neutral states. If you get high enough extraction tech, you'll probably get enough oil out for fuel. My day has been good. How about you? How has your day been, Cuba?
My day today?
Yeah, chat wants to know.
Uh, it was raining all day, so I was only go shopping. Then I go back to home. I was a bit medieval too, on mod third age, but with the submod Divided and Conquer. Then I played a bit Kaiserreich. I was playing as National Force. Then I go read book about Richard the Lionheart, and then I go back to playing and waiting for the stream.
Fair enough. It's like I woke up and started organizing the stream, so that's basically been my day.
Why there is oil in Hanover?
Oil in Hanover?
Yeah, look. In the
I don't know why
control.
there's oil in Hanover.
Okay, checking the files.
I'm pretty sure they don't have oil at all. Alvin, that is on the to-do list. It's currently on hold until I have all the tech in. But yeah, the AI should be able to actually research things of the time. Of the correct time once the entire tech tree in. The problem is the tech tree is about 3,000 techs, so it does take a while to implement. Yeah, I'm planning to add more research slots. It just requires balance. I really need people to playtest and tell me how far people get in tech, according to how many tech slots they have. There's Ecuador Civil War. Ecuador with troops versus Ecuador with more troops. Yes, there are 3,000 tech spread over 200 years. A lot of that is doctrines, but you're not in yet. Speaking of,
I think Matze is shogunate, but I'm not sure how they get such national spirit from which event. Maybe it's from something connected to
all
army.
the
I don't know. I have no idea really.
yeah, I don't know why the shogunate has no icons. Like Fiscal Crisis definitely should have the Breaking Piggy Bank one, and Disorganized Navy should have that icon. And then Jonas Wilson. Don't know what that one's from. Guess I could check through what focuses they've done. I don't have decryption. One problem with my tree. I don't even know where my decryption is. Let's raise the speed. Cuba, do you remember where decryption is in the tree?
What is where?
Decryption. I actually don't think I've got any. That's several 170 years in the future. Yeah, that's not the tech I'm looking for. Actually, I don't see any of the decryption techs. I need to fix that. Should chuck them in projects, actually. Well, more techs for the massive tech tree. Will the AI also use airplanes now? I have no idea. Hopefully they deploy recon balloons and stuff. But the problem is the AI research is dumb tech, so a lot of the time they don't actually have access to aircraft. Because it requires aviation. And they usually go down the right side of the tree, not the left. Speaking of technology, Kuba, what's your experience been like with the tech tree?
Sorry, repeat.
How's your experience with the technology tree been? Have you been able to keep up in time with tech, or do you think you need more tech slots?
Well, from my experience when I was playing single player, it wasn't really a big problem with that. And here, I don't think so. Prussia has a few, maybe two guys giving research speed, so it's quite going well for them.
Oh yeah.
Same with Britain or France.
Alright,
It
so
isn't
you're
a
able
really
to keep
big problem.
up in time with pretty much all the techs,
Well,
or were you concentrating on certain techs?
I had maybe once or twice situation where I had to start the text which wasn't from my year.
Oh, especially since a lot of the time you do actually have to be ahead of time. Up and taking all the trees because I've been tying them all together.
Well, maybe together with the
Like
with
units
you.
that require tungsten, that have tungsten require you to actually have the tungsten processing research tech already. What do you want tested? You want tested the unit division types? Oh, do I already have a bunch of uniforms stockpiled? Oh, apparently I have a bunch of uniforms stockpiled. Oops, never mind. How can you not crush Travancore already? They've got one division. How much time have we spent in this mod? I've spent close to 500 plus hours.
I spent almost 2,300 playing this game. That isn't very much.
I wasn't talking about the game, I was talking about the mod specifically. I've got at least 5,000. 5,500.
So less, much less.
Because I've got 2,200 hours in this. And quite a lot of that has been this mod. But yeah, a lot of time.
Another side, I just can't count how much hours I spent only on researching and planning stuff.
That's true.
And it's time consuming to sit and read papers or translate them from German or from mostly German. I was working on Russia. Britain isn't a big problem.
Yeah, but I think the answer is a lot of time.
Yeah.
To directly develop the mod, like I said, quite a while. I couldn't tell you. Most of the time I've spent in Hearts of Iron 4 has been making this game, making this mod, so I couldn't tell you. Second page in the top left corner. What do you mean second page? You mean the second tabs? Is our military high command, Parliament, and Strata, which is not implemented yet.
Another thing which in my opinion should be fixed is cavalry trait because it's giving motorist attack and defense. Maybe it's better idea to divide it between motorized specialists and cavalry specialists.
What gives motorized?
No, no. One more time. Cavalry specialist, like Heros from Barker has, is giving motorized and cavalry attack.
Oh,
If I pick someone such trait for
yeah. Why?
advisory,
Why would
well,
you even know what motorized is yet?
that's the point to divide. It's
Then again, you
between
can get tank designers already
yeah. I will write on the chat.
in aviation companies. Yeah, we should definitely make turn them off until you can actually you actually have researched them.
What's that? I'm gonna help you.
Thanks. We've put a lot of effort into it. I need Bert to come back and start vocalizing these questions.
Okay. I'm looking into the Dutch stuff. And okay. Effects for focuses.
Zul Parliament. Lots of economic stuff. What do I need to be doing? Somalian. Russia not going great. Yeah, Russia has problems with the Caucasian Wars. I have an inkling it's because they need more troops.
Because the terrain is there hard for them to conquer. Russia itself hasn't very great and modernized army, so it will take them a bit modernize, especially that the tree you have options.
Yeah, they've got a lot of stuff to do modernization.
Yeah, yeah.
They've also got things to make a Alaskan government. I did actually answer you. I'm not entirely sure. I believe a couple of them are fixed, but I can't remember which ones are.
Carry on.
Yes.
I'm going to sleep. It's a bit late, so
Yeah, I'll probably continue on. Might continue on by myself for a little bit and see if any other divs join. Otherwise, I'll
maybe
turn off
in
the stream.
hours. Bye.
But time to ping the hell out of every other div and see if they join. Oh, by myself. Well, that's been enjoyable. Colonization. Glad they won that. Bye, Christoph. Alright. Doesn't look like there's any other stuff. East India Company looks like it's gonna win in India. Historical stuff. There it goes. Let's go see what everything's up to. UK. To give myself an option to see what all the AI is doing for streaming purposes. Government of India Act. Just makes India never rebel. France is trying to buy Luxembourg. Don't know how well that's going to go down. Orange Free State Sothoto War. Prayer Brazil's giving that stuff to Germany. Territory? Territory. Regular thing. What's Mexico up to? They went nowhere. Oh, they don't have the Conservatives won the Civil War thing yet. Let's give it to Maturine. There we go. Omani's Somaliland. That's nice. Athenia's doing Abyssinia stuff. Egypt's only just now doing army innovations. Russia's doing universal conscription. Doing mild reforms. Austria's doing Galician railways. Ottoman Empire's doing historical stuff. Go to Wittenberg. What's got the generic thing? What's Spain up to? Carlists. It's unlocalized on graphics tree. Oh, there's the Venezuelan war. Republic versus Federalists. National focus. Can't do colonial strength. Let's invest in some steamships. I forget whose that is. Top? Yeah, it's UK's. Federalist Venezuela, who's actually born yet. Who's the top? Oh, look. Actually, around 3 to 5. I need to figure out what freaking gives those bonuses. Because yes, Zealand is a great power. It's a very loud sound. Doesn't look like there's anyone left in chat. It's pretty great. Do, do, do. Yeah, Zululand likes being great power. It's weird. Steam lock. Oh. Oh, look, it's the wall that causes the lag. No, this is not updated on Steam yet. Tuscany sided with Austria. Never seen that before. This is new. Pretty sure so yeah, got all those French troops. The branch I'm on, Bradley, is dev streaming, and it's got all the branches in it. And yes, that was also Oman lives in Zanzibar now.
Arian?
Hello.
Is this my push to talk button?
Hmm?
Is this my push to talk button?
Well, I can hear you, so I'm assuming so.
Hooray! It's one of these buttons randomly hitting keys for about 30 seconds.
Neat. So you're gonna join in the game, or you gonna chat and
I
watch
can
the stream?
chat. I don't actually have the mod downloaded at the
Ah,
moment. I had an old version. I don't have the dev streaming. I have the old master downloaded.
well, everyone has to download the new one anyway because I updated it today.
I'll do it. I had the old one downloaded, but then the launcher fucked up all of my local mods and just couldn't find them, so I had to purge the computer of everything Hoi 4, then reinstall everything just to get it to work again. And unfortunately, that included my old
Yep. Hoi 4 is a mess.
copy. No, that's not fair. Hoi 4 it's a game of debatable effectiveness. Paradox's new launcher is a mess.
Yeah, the launcher's a mess.
Game. So the new dev copy of the mod, it's the beginning of all the branches merged together, right?
Yeah, it's all the branches merged.
It's the beginning. Again.
Pretty fun. We've come across a couple of bugs.
I heard about something to do with political stability in the East India Company.
You keep going from loud to really quiet.
That might just be my cadence. Oh, no. Okay, so I'm on my Bluetooth headphones, and they're not of the most reliable.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. How bad was the political stability for the East India Company? Just immediate fall mode? Just instant -5?
-5.
Ah, glorious.
They're still at -5.
I mean, to be honest, isn't that historical? I mean, the mod starts in 1857 during the rebellion.
Yeah. But it's entirely
I mean,
because of it declaring war on the miners. It should be at like -3.
Okay, that's yeah.
Because
-5 might
-5
be
is
2.
instant civil war. And I'm pretty sure there wasn't a
Yeah.
civil war.
Yeah.
Not
Well,
that close.
okay. It stretches the definition of civil war, but I guess it wasn't a real civil war in the sense.
I wasn't talking about the rebellion.
Yeah, no, I know.
Ottoman Empire slowly going more democratic.
Well, I mean, maybe a bit early, starting in 1857 for it to be going democratic, but it was democratic by 1908. Or
The first constitution was 1870.
Okay, so maybe 57.
And the entire Tasman era
early.
was going more democratic until what was it? 1878, the Russian invasion, the whole Bulgarian stuff. Then the Sultan just disbanded all the parliament and went absolute. And they
Really?
didn't get the constitution was only then re-established in 1902.
Oh, 2, not 08. My mistake.
I can't remember which one.
I remember when I was younger, I was reading the Leviathan trilogy. Great book series. And it takes place during the early days of World War I on an alternate universe Earth where everything is insane. But in this version of the world, the Ottoman Empire was still absolutist in 1914 because of a delayed the Red Hats. They were like called the Red Hats, right? The Red something.
Couldn't tell you. I haven't really searched up too much for the second constitutional era yet.
Fezzes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the people they were marked by having fezzes, a lot of them, and then instead of revolting in 1902, they did it in 1914ish. That was the distinction in the book.
Oh yeah. Quite interesting. At the moment, I've been desperately trying to find information on the first constitutional era of the Ottomans. Because at the moment, all I've been able to find is he convened a General Assembly, and then they had 2 elections, and then he dissolved it. Well, technically he
It's like
prorogued it. He just permanently prorogued it until 1908.
it's like what. Well, it's both what Charles the First did and like what
Yeah, it's exactly what Charles I did. Prorogued
and what
Parliament.
Nicholas II did.
Yeah, prorogued Parliament until until Civil War happens.
Yeah, but it also Nicholas II did it after the 1905 disaster. What a dumbass! After the 1905 disaster, he convened Russia's first parliament. Then they immediately said, "Hey, this parliament should have powers." And Nicholas was like, "Wait a minute, you guys want power? Oh fuck! No, never mind. No parliaments here."
Funnily enough, I've actually been doing a lot of stuff because the first constitutional era for the Ottomans could continue if if Russia doesn't invade. Because the entire thing was based on the civil unrest caused by it and the war itself.
I could see that happening. That'd be neat. That would be crazy. Like Ottoman Empire becoming the democratic leaders of the
Well,
Middle East.
it would be a constitutional Islamic state.
That'd be neat.
Yeah, so I've been working on that tree at the moment.
What branch is that? B?
The one we're currently running on is dev streaming.
No, I know. But before it was merged, what branch was the Ottomans in?
Ah, Vic B.
Yeah, it was B. I knew it.
Yeah, at the moment I'm just playing by myself, waiting for people to get on and hot join.
Somebody join.
Yeah, I'm playing as Muscat and Oman.
That's an interesting choice.
Well, I've done an entire tree for them. It's actually incredible how much of an empire they had, and how close to the judge. Like our start date is like right after they lose a lot of it, but they've still got massive claims, and I'm currently doing the colonial tree to get them all back.
Yeah, it's really crazy about all the large empires that existed at one point, but just weren't permanent enough to get into the history books. Like Alexander was there, but only because that's like the second largest empire ever, even if it only lasted until like 3 years and he died. But like, have you ever heard of the Palmyrene Empire?
Yes.
Oh, well then that's less of a surprise. Yeah, they owned like a huge swath of the central Middle East.
Yeah.
For like all of a generation before they said, "Hey, remember that time we saved Rome by like hoovering up the Middle East for them, and then we thought it was a good idea to try and fight them?" Yeah, that didn't go according to plan.
Yep. Well, there's quite a lot, like the Neo-Assyrian, the Neo-Babylonian, the like 6 empires within like 4 generations, which was fun.
But no, you just had to go and piss off Rome.
Yeah.
That was not
But
the time.
a lot of things like the Sultan of Oman lives in Zanzibar because Oman controlled pretty much the entire coastline from northern Mozambique all the way up to Persia. Like all of Somalia, coastline of one Lake, Kenya, Tanzania, bits of Yemen, bits of Iran, modern day UAE, modern day Qatar, modern day Bahrain.
I mean, that's just as a given because even today those places are tiny.
Oh, and bits of India. In fact, the last one only got sold in 1950 to Pakistan.
How did Pakistan afford it?
Hmm? I don't know.
No, I'm
Pakistan.
sorry. I'm just reminiscing about just large land purchases throughout history.
Yep. I think the biggest one was Alaska. Or was it? No, it was Alaska. Can't remember if it was Alaska or Louisiana.
Maybe. It was certainly the worst deal ever made for the Russians. Like, immediately they sell Alaska. Oh, hey guys, we found oil,
And
gold, diamonds, copper. We found everything worth money just moments after you sold this. You made a bad deal here.
Yep.
Oops.
I must admit, it's quite interesting that the Russian tree allows you to set up how to governate Alaska. It's like, yeah, I'm probably every player is gonna do that because Alaska.
Hindsight's 2020.
And by the time this mod gets updated on Steam, it's gonna be 2020.
I mean, that's not. But yeah, it's going to be 2020. It's only like 2 weeks away. Oh, by the way, did you know we're officially living in the future? Did you ever see that movie, I, Robot, with Will Smith?
No, I've heard of it though.
Oh, okay, well, just a major plot point is that robots are everywhere, just large sentient robots, and that takes place in 2018. Welcome to the future.
Well, we've already gone into a lot of the futures. Like, Back to the Future and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, I know, it's just funny, we just keep passing.
There's still a couple in 2025. But yeah, looking, like, especially for the tech tree that I did, I looked at a lot of books talking about future technologies. A lot of it's quite funny. Just how much they got right, how much they got wrong, and how much they got sort of right, but in completely the opposite direction of what actually happened. Like,
H.G. Wells is pretty on top of things, except for the
one of the ones
people
I
on
have
Mars.
from, I think, the 80s was by 2020, there would be a video phone in every home.
I mean,
That's true. It's just a small wedge of metal instead of the big booth they were thinking of.
yeah, instead of the huge one.
Because yeah, everyone's got a video phone in their pocket. Just nobody notices.
I had this book series when I was younger that was about, well, just large sentient tanks. That's just the fastest way of summing it up.
Yeah.
And you know, they started their fictional timeline in 2000 when there weren't sentient tanks. They were just a new generation of regular tanks. But definitely by 2018 we'd have 300-ton autonomous tanks, even if they weren't sentient.
Yeah. You should have access. If you look on, I think it's the tech channel, you'll see the autonomous tanks currently in use by the US Army.
We don't have autonomous tanks.
They have they have pseudo-autonomous tanks.
Well, let me go see. What channel?
I believe it's Text Equipment, or is it? It must be buried in the GFX.
Oh God, there's so many channels.
It's not actually that far
GFX.
up. It's GFX Studio.
GFX. Yep. How far up GFX Studio?
When you see the spider walkers, scroll up a bit further.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you have like a date? Like
12th.
Wait. Oh, here we go. Yeah, I see the spider walk.
Scroll up a bit more, and then you actually have actual autonomous. Yeah. Robot
The
tanks.
hell is this thing?
There's a robot tank.
teeny tiny little thing.
No, it's not that tiny.
Okay, well, relative to other tanks, it's teeny.
Hmm.
Does it cross the 20-ton threshold?
I don't actually know. I think it does. But yeah,
Ultimately,
it uses similar technology to the auto turrets along the Korean DMZ. Chat must be thinking, what are we talking about?
talking about robot tanks. The way of the future, as of 1858.
It's 1860 at the moment.
I'm not watching the stream.
When do I have auto tanks?
I'm looking at fighter tanks.
Robots. I haven't put them in yet.
Go ahead. Is there no link? Where do these pictures come from?
I searched them up and looked through them. Here's resolution to the Utah War. Did I just crash?
Lead Dev crashes out of own mom. It's how do I copy the? No, fine.
I actually don't know if it's crashed.
How do I do a reverse image search on Google?
Oh, I did crash.
What did you do? Don't forget
Utah
to
War.
check exception logs. Oh, Utah?
Utah War
Those
crashed.
silly Mormons. Large events are just reliable for play 4 in any sense.
Well, rip, I'll have to relaunch the game. The problem is I don't actually know if it was an actual bug or
Running too fast.
whether
Stop
it was a
doing
multiplayer
5
issue,
speed.
because we've been having a few issues with the multiplayer. Maze, yes, there are going to be hover. Yes, there are going to be hover tanks.
Are they hover as in anti-grav or a hover as in cheaty compressed air?
Both. The early ones are closer to a hovercraft. The later ones are actually anti-grav.
Woo!
Or some sort of high-powered engine. It depends on what the artists feel like.